Good evening all. In this session we are going to discuss about the refining process. This topic is very important for chemistry class 12 metallurgy. Now what is the meaning of refining first? Refining is the process of purification of metals after the extraction process. So within less time then we have to complete all the refining methods. So without wasting any kind of the time. So according to the definition of refining, the process of purification of metals after the extraction is known as refining process. During the refining process, all the impurities which are present on the surface of the metal completely removed. Okay, this is the main purpose of refining process. Now in order to remove the impure metals on the surface of normal metal, we have number of methods are available. So these six methods are purely depending upon the properties of metals, etc. Those methods are nothing but one is distillation, and the next one is the liquefaction, and third one is electrolysis, and the fourth one is zone refining process, and the fifth one is vapor phase refining process, and the last one is the chromatographic methods. So by using these six methods, then we have to remove all the impurities perfectly and clearly. So then first let's start with the first method, which is called as distillation process. Now in the distillation process, we have to depending upon the process at which the impure metal is completely evaporated to obtain the pure metal. So in this process, initially we have taken the impure metal. So when the impure metal is heated with high temperature, this impure metal is converted into the vapor. So from the vapor metal we have to get the pure metal. So when the metal is converted into the vapor, all the impurities are completely converted into the vapor. Now when the vapor is converted into the solid metal, then we will get the pure metal. This process is called as distillation process. So number of metals such as zinc and also magnesium. So these are the two metals which are completely purified by using the distillation process. Now the second method is called as liquefaction process. Now in the liquefaction process, the metal is flow on the sloping surface. So when the metal is flow on the sloping surface, high melting point impurities are completely separated, leaving the low melting point impurities. So this is also a very important method for the removal of impurities, because we know that some of the impurities are having low melting point and some of the impurities are having a high melting point. Now, third one is electrolytic refining process. So in the electrolytic refining process, by using the simple method which is called as electrolysis, we have to remove all the impurities. Now in the electrolytic refining process, initially we have taken the two metals. One is the impure metal, and next one is the pure metal. Impure metal is taken in the form of anode, and a strip of pure metal is taken in the form of cathode. So this anode and cathode both are act as electrodes. Now this is the diagram of electrolytic refining process. Now this electrolytic refining process is having the chamber. This chamber is made up of glass or stainless steel or wood. Now inside this chamber we have placed the first electrode, which is called as anode. Now anode is nothing but impure metal. So impure metal is dipped into the electrolyte, and next one we can take the cathode. The cathode is dipped into the electrolyte. The cathode is nothing but a strip of pure metal. Now the two electrodes are dipped into the electrolyte solution. This electrolyte solution is purely depending upon the choice of cathode, etc. For example, when cathode is taken in the form of copper, then we will take the copper solution. When cathode is taken in the form of zinc, we can take the electrolyte which is called as zinc solution. So the cathode as well as the electrolyte both are in same condition. Now when the two electrodes are dipped into the electrolyte solution, next when the two electrodes are completely connected together in the normal process, electrolysis takes place. So during the electrolysis, the electrolyte is decomposed to produce the positive ions and negative ions. Next one, all the positive ions are migrated towards the cathode, all the negative ions are migrated towards the anode. So when in this process, the more basic metal is completely in the solution only, in the less basic metal is completely moving towards the anode. So when the solution is having a number of impurities, when the impurities are having the more basic metal, those impurities are completely stored in the solution only. When the impurities are the less basic metal, all the impurities are completely moving towards the anode only. So this kind of the process is called as electrolysis process. So by using electrolysis process, we are going to do the refining process. So this method is called as electrolytic refining process. Now these are the two reactions which are taking place at the anode comma cathode. First one, anode. Okay, this is the anode. So at anode, the metal is converted into the metal ion along with electrons. Next one, at cathode, the liberated electrons are added to the metal ions to produce the normal metal. In this way, we have to get the pure metal. So this is called as electrolytic refining process. Now, for example, we can take the refining of copper. Okay, how can we refine the copper which is present? So in order to refine the copper, initially in the normal process, we can take the impure copper. So impure copper is taken in the form of anode, and pure copper is taken in the form of cathode, and electrolyte solution is taken in the form of copper sulfate solution. When anode and cathode both are dipped into the electrolyte solution in the normal process, oxidation and reduction takes place at anode comma cathode, and finally formation of pure copper takes place, and all the impurities are completely remain in the solution only. Now in this process, number of impurities are separated. Those are nothing but antimony, selenium, tellurium, silver, gold and platinum. These are the impurities which are perfectly removed from this process. The fourth method is called as zone refining process. So in the zone refining process, so what is the major principle of zone refining process? This process is having the major principle is nothing but the impurities which are more soluble in melt and less soluble in solid. So that means when the impurities which are present on the particular metal, then if we apply the high temperature on the surface of the metal, all the impurities are which are completely soluble in the high temperature only, but in the low temperature the impurities cannot soluble into the metal. Okay, this is the major principle. Okay, this is the rough diagram of zone refining process. Now in the zone refining process, here we have the metal rod. This is completely impure metal rod we have taken, and this impure metal rod is kept in between the heaters, and in the impure metal rod chamber there is the presence of inert gas. The best example of inert gas is nothing but helium or neon. Now in this process, by using the heaters, we have to heat the metal rod. Now during the heating process, the heaters are completely unstable. So in this process, the heaters are completely moving from right to left. So when the heaters are completely moving from one region to the another region, for example, this is the first region. So the heating is starting from this place, So when this part is heated with high temperature, now all the impurities which are completely soluble in this region, now when the heater is moving downwards, this area is completely heated where all the impurities are completely removed. Next one, third region, fourth region, fifth region, sixth region and bottom. In this way, from top to bottom, from right to left, entire impure metal is completely heated. When the metal is converted into the molten metal, all the impurities are completely soluble. But when the metal is converted into the pure solid, then all the impurities are completely separated. In this way, we will get the pure metal. This process is called as zone refining process because we are using the zone refiner in this process. So this is called as zone refining process. So this is very important. Now after the zone refining process, then we need to depending upon the fifth one, which is called as vapor phase refining process. Okay, this is the vapor phase refining process. In the vapor phase refining process, initially we have taken the impure metal. The impure metal is converted into the more volatile compound first, and after the conversion of metal into the more volatile compound, next one from the volatile compound we have to separate the metal, and when the metal is going to the decomposition process, then only we will get the pure metal. Okay, this is the process of vapor phase refining process because in this process the metal is converted into the vapor or volatile compound. So from the volatile compound we have to collect the metal, and when the metal is completely decomposed, then we will get the pure metal. So this process is called as vapor phase refining process. Okay, there are two applications of vapor phase refining process. The first application or first example is called as Mond process, which is used for refining of nickel. So in the Mond process, first of all, we can take the nickel. The nickel is heated in the presence of carbon monoxide. The nickel is heated in the presence of carbon monoxide to produce the nickel tetracarbonyl. Here this is the nickel which is in impure state. When nickel is heated in the presence of carbon monoxide in the presence of 330 degrees centigrade, then we can get the nickel tetracarbonyl, which is completely in the form of vapor. Now after the formation of the vapor, then we will separate the nickel tetracarbonyl, and this nickel tetracarbonyl is decomposed in the presence of high temperature, that is nothing but 450 to 470 degrees centigrade. So in the presence of this temperature, nickel tetracarbonyl is completely decomposed to produce the pure nickel and also calcium oxide. Okay, in this way we will get the pure nickel. This process is called as Mond process. This is very important for the objective examination. And the second process is called as Van Arkel process. So Van Arkel process is used to refine the zirconium as well as titanium. So in order to separate the zirconium, first of all we can get the impure zirconium, and impure zirconium is heated in the presence of iodine to produce the zirconium iodide. And after the formation of zirconium iodide, this zirconium iodide is completely decomposed in the presence of high temperature 1800 degree centigrade. So in the presence of this temperature, zirconium iodide is decomposed back to produce the zirconium as well as iodine. So Van Arkel process is a very useful process to remove the oxygen and nitrogen. So all the impurities, most of the impurities are completely removed from the Van Arkel process. And the last one is called as chromatographic mirrors. Now in the chromatographic mirrors, already we have learned about chromatographic mirrors in class 11. So by using this method we have separated by using this method we have separated all the impurities which are completely in minute quantity or minute amounts. So this kind of chromatography is called as a column chromatography. So if you have any doubt regarding the column chromatography, and also if you want detailed information about this, then please refer class 11 chemistry. Now these are the methods which are available for refining process. Now I think that all the topics are covered in the refining process. In the next session we will start the another concept in the metallurgy. Thank you very much.